This episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com, Authentic Muay Thai Lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of a Nak Muay. Go check it out. Okay, guys, today we have Coach Eric Adams in today on the podcast. How you doing today, Eric?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Good to see you, even if it's virtually. Last time we saw each other was, what was it? I was dropping off at LAX.
Yeah. Yep, dropping off at LAX after
Good,
the
man.
fight.
Well, I'm getting our TikTok stream set up here, too. Tell me, where are you leaving from? Leaving from the gym right now?
Yeah, I just finished up doing some private training sessions. I just have a little break before I go in and do a few more. Just got done training, so I trained from 10 o'clock till about 12:30. And gonna do a few more sessions and then call it a day.
Sweet, man. Well, I'm just getting this going right here. Let you know if we have any questions from TikTok that they have for you. Anybody that's over on TikTok that's tuning in right now, you won't be able to hear Eric because of the way it's set up until I can get direct audio into the iPhone. But let me know if you got questions for him. I'll do my best to kind of verbalize what's going on and everything, too. So, what happened back in November? What did we do in November?
I had my pro debut. So I fought down in Mexico in Monterrey and went down there and fought a super experienced fighter and came out with the win.
Yes.
So, it was a good week. It was on Thanksgiving, so weird day to fight, but yeah.
What's up, Karate on TikTok? Welcome, man. So, pro debut down in Monterrey, Mexico. What's the deal with his fight? What made it special?
I've just been talking about going pro for years now, and I finally got my opportunity, and I was glad I was able to pull a win out with it and get my pro career started on the uptrend. So that made it special. It's a lot of it was a very long trip. We showed up and just a bunch of crazy stuff. I'm sure we'll get into that in a minute.
To say the least, right?
Yeah. Getting in at midnight and then showing up and having to be stuck in the same hotel with all the people that I'm going to be fighting.
Let's rewind a little bit. So,
yeah.
You flew into LAX. I met up with you coming back from the U.S. Muay Thai Open tournament. Flew into LAX. Crew Ed picked us up. Went back up to Santa Barbara, right?
Yeah.
Hung out at Santa Barbara, got a little shakeout, and then we spent the night at my dad's house, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He started coming down with a little cold, got the little sniffles. You're like, oh man, I'm getting sick.
Yeah.
Stopped by the Ventura Academy and then went down to LA the next day, correct? Not to LA. It's very good. We drove down to San Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
Yeah. So
long drive.
Walked over the border. That was an interesting experience, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know you could do it.
Yeah, they had the CBX airport bridge, parked in the dirt lots and just walked over to Tijuana airport. And we, like you said, we got in at 1:30 in the morning or something like that, 1 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, dead tired.
Dehydrated.
Hungry. Sick.
Yeah. Everything. Dude, I've been telling people, it's kind of a trip to see, or I guess we didn't see them, but hear how many sick people were on the airplane in Mexico. We're I remember you were a little bit worried about it, but then it came down to it didn't really matter compared to everybody else that was hacking up on the plane and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't the only one.
No, definitely not.
Just trying to hold it back. That was horrible.
Yeah. Hey, for anybody that's on TikTok, I have pro fighter Eric Adams. We're talking about his pro debut back in November down in Monterrey, Mexico, and I'm pretty sure I just saw him drink a White Claw. So that's not a White Claw, right? Yeah, karate on TikTok. Oh, it's Celsius, dude. I was just drinking one of those. Not the same one, but it's Celsius.
Want to sponsor me? I'm open for that.
Hey, there you go. Speaking of like sponsors, man, we got this one for the podcast. It's called Hydronic. It's like hydration packets. It's pretty good. I'll talk more about it later. I just got it today, so I'm sipping on that now.
Oh, cool. How is it?
It's pretty good. It's got elderberry in it too.
Nice.
But that way we don't have to. It's supposed to be really good for oral rehydration too, for like weight cuts and stuff like that. Also. So I'm like, I saw it pop up. I'm like, dude, I want to try that.
Yeah.
So we got down to Mexico 1:30, or like, it was like 1 a.m. We get driven around by these guys. We're trying to get like a Pedialyte for you. We found, was it like a 7-Eleven or something like that? They got us Pedialyte and everything like that for you, right?
Yeah, well, I wasn't able to drink any of it.
No.
But yeah, I mean, we were getting it in preparation for the next day. So, yeah, we picked up a bunch of that stuff, so I get to stare at it until after weigh-ins.
I have somebody named TikTok Ninja 88 says, "Hey brother, hope you're well. When the travel eases up, I'd love to come visit. Love to have you at TikTok Ninja. More welcome to come out. It's open here in California still. Get it while you can." So tell me a little bit about. So we got like 5 hours of sleep maybe, and then we woke up the next day, right?
At best, yeah. And
Anybody who's out there, I just talked about weight cutting actually on the podcast yesterday, and just like being dehydrated like that, it's hard to sleep, right?
yeah, you don't get that good of sleep.
It's like
At all.
you're kind of like half awake most of the night, uncomfortable, cramping up and stuff like that too.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I was able to at least fall asleep, but yeah, it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Not very comfortable bed either.
Like they're like pull-out beds essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we got up the next day. We hopped in an Uber and we went over to like a bathhouse, right?
Oh God.
That place.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to a bathhouse.
So we get to the bathhouse. Luckily, like some of the people from the promotion were like, "Hey, sauna." Yeah, like one of the guys gave you trash bags even though we didn't need it. That was, I think it was Alan Blunt. I think it was his name, the fighter. Thanks, man. We get in there. Tell me a little bit about this bathhouse, man. It's like in the middle of like Monterrey, Nuevo Leon, ghetto as fuck.
Yeah. Super run down. Looked like the building was from the 40s. Cockroaches running across the floor. Oh, God, it just naked dudes everywhere.
Naked dudes.
Getting ready to...
Dude, they were getting ready for you in the sauna, bro. What were you doing in there with the steam room? So it was a steam room, too. It wasn't like a dry sauna. Connor's on TikTok Live. What's up, Coach Connor? He said that you had a ponytail. He subbed in TJ Dillashaw and elbowed him unconscious in 37 seconds. It sounds like something Connor would say. I don't know. He's just making gibberish. So we're going into tell me a little bit about like the steam room. Naked dudes. It's like in the basement of this place, really grimy.
Oh, it was probably the worst place I've ever been in my life. It looked like should be in a scene of Saw. Dudes just shaving in the steam room, which is disgusting.
The guy was shaving in the steam room naked?
Yeah.
Bro.
Shaving in there. Cockroaches running across the floor.
Yo, the cockroaches, there was a lot of those. And I remember remember the open electrical that had like water coming off of it?
Yeah. Exposed wires would not pass code in the U.S. Probably wouldn't even pass code in Mexico.
No, it's just, that's why it's in the basement, right?
Yeah, and then as I'm cutting weight, I'm looking over and they're getting the massage table ready. But there's only dudes in there, so these
and they're naked.
dudes are about to start rubbing each other down.
Oh, dude, they're about to get elbow deep in that culo, bro.
Yeah, things were getting things were getting really weird in that sauna. So I'm glad the weight cut didn't take too long, and we were able to bounce out of there pretty quickly because I did not want to see what was about to go down.
I wonder if they thought like I was your pimp because I was still all clothed and everybody's looking at me weird.
I don't know. They're probably wondering who's showing up to the party.
Looking at you. They give you like the come hit their finger.
Oh, God.
So, you made weight, like you said, it took like 3.5 hours?
Maybe not even.
Yeah, that was your first time at 152 pounds, right? Since high school?
Since, about 10 years ago.
Shit. Yeah, and
one of the first boxing fights.
Damn, man. One of your first boxing fights, was that weight, too? Around that?
Yeah, I fought in a ringside tournament out in Kansas City when I was 18. A big boxing tournament, and I weighed in at 152, something like that. Nice. That's why I fought at, but yeah, I think I weighed in at 48. Mm-hmm. But damn. That was the smallest I've ever been.
Little poquito, Eric.
Yeah, I would not be able to make that now.
No, man, you would not without chopping off like a hand. Going into the tournament and stuff like that. So we head back over to the Fighters Hotel, right? And then we get picked up from there. And remember, we had the scale. We're the only ones in the whole facility that had a scale, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody's coming up to us. There's a guy with a metal grill, all tattoos all over the place. One of the coaches. We're like, oh, who the fuck's this guy? Looks scary. But everybody just wanted the scale. In this little fighters compound, and this is a casting for this tournament, right? What's the grand prize for the tournament? Well, I've got your attention, guys. I want to give a shout out to Hydronic. It's unique hydration. I just started taking this product. It's really good. It has 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 400 milligrams of elderberry, 60 milligrams of magnesium, in 10 milligrams of zinc. Great for immune support, getting electrolytes back into your body from sweat, or if you're having a hard time staying hydrated during your long work days, this is perfect for it. So these are just little electrolyte packets. You drop it into your water bottle, sip on it throughout your workout or throughout your morning or during your work shift. It actually was invented by a healthcare worker during the pandemic because they were finding it was hard to be able to take off the PPE that they had on in order to be able to stay hydrated adequately throughout their shift. All right, so it's a great way for them to stay hydrated too, healthcare workers, during this whole pandemic thing that's going on. And it's really, overall great product. Go check it out, guys. It's spelled HYDRONIQUE, hydration.com. Again, that's hydronichydration.com. I'm also going to have the link down in the show notes. It means the world to me for them to have their support. And I would love to send some traffic over their way, guys. If you go check it out, go support the podcast. Support the people that support you, right? And again, that's hydronichydration.com.
I believe it's an all-electric Nissan vehicle. I think it's an EV. I actually don't know the exact vehicle it is, but...
You're fighting for a car, essentially.
Yeah, and they're paying me a little bit on top of that, too, So yeah, there's a little both.
And this is for WBC Muay Thai in Mexico too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's the champion of your weight division, Mexico, is also in the tournament.
Yeah, so we could end up getting matched up somehow, Not sure if his belt would be up for grabs there.
Well, the way it works is if you beat him in his, no matter what weight division he fights in, if he loses, he gets stripped of his title. That doesn't mean you compete for the title, but that does mean you could go back and fight him for the title.
Yeah.
Someone just said here, favorite kid, just got done with training. How's your day, bro? Good, man. We're just on here with Coach Eric Adams from Denver, Colorado, El Capitan America. his new nickname as his pro debut. Fighting in American Muay Thai, gladiator trunks, American flag with the Colorado flag on the back. Super good day, man. But if you guys are on TikTok, remember to spam those likes. Go follow Pu'u Muay Thai in the show notes. Also, if you're listening to this later, I'll make sure to have Coach Eric's Instagram tagged in there and everything too. It's not his first time on the podcast, so go back and listen. There's some good shit in there too. So going back onto the tournament stuff, so went to the weigh-ins. There's like a little nightclub, like TV studio, pop-up TV studio, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So showed up there, met the promoter Julio, correct?
Yeah, met him. First guy to speak English with us since we got there, really. Yeah, it was nice to actually be able to speak, because you're just, it's just me and you.
Yeah. And then we had, I ran into a fighter I hadn't seen since like 2013, I think, or 2015. He had a fighter there from Veracruz. They're out there, and they're following you on Instagram and Facebook now too. So it was cool to kind of get that experience for you, and that's exactly what I thought it was going to be too. Like the way everything is, that's pro fighting international.
Yeah.
So now you know more what to expect, more or less, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. The fighters were respectful, pretty much all of them, and everyone was super cool. All the fighters, and it just made it nice and easy.
Simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
So made weight, got the draw for the tournament. You're fighting against a guy named was it Cesar Figueroa? His nickname is Bonyaski.
Yeah, that was who I fought.
Yeah. So we didn't know who you were fighting until like at the weigh-in, right?
Not even like we didn't even know until that night, because he ended up weighing in a different location
with the WBC reps.
Yeah, at the airport, I think he weighed in, and because he was coming from Mexico City, and I don't know, I guess the flights weren't working out, whatever, but so I didn't even see the guy until we were about to fight.
Yeah, you're getting your hands taped.
Yeah, and he was just taking up our dressing room a little bit. I mean, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah,
were back. We had 7 hours to burn, so.
And your dad flew down for the event too, right?
He did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's your dad's name?
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Your dad's a cool guy, man.
Yeah.
So
nice guys.
we had the fights, had like fight day pancakes and shit like that. Some pancake house, right?
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed, but it was all right.
But we ended up getting a different hotel room because we were just like, well, there's no way we're getting sleep here. They tried to cram us in a room with like 5 other people.
Yeah, no, I will pay to have a nice bed and a nice room,
It's like,
I mean,
if we were like 20 years old doing this and we didn't have like an income, like, you just say fuck it and do it. But we're like, we can get a nice hotel for like $50 a night. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I will pay money to sleep comfortably.
That was worth every penny.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a clean place with a shower and everything. Yeah, I will pay for that.
Got the hotel room, made weight, rehydrated, and everything like that. Favorite kid. Anyway, we can hear him. No worries if not, man. Apologies about the audio over there on TikTok. I can't really get it sorted out so that way you guys can hear it and be able to record at the same time. So my apologies about that. This is going to be available later on Spotify, as well on like any podcasting platform such as iTunes and stuff like that as well. I'll make sure to post a link in the Discord. If you guys go on to the Muay Thai community Discord, the link is in our bio. Go check it out, okay? No apologies needed. Thank you, man. Thanks for appreciate you. So, fight day. Go to the venue. Tell me, like, what was the venue like?
It was pretty nice. So they took us down to it's like a nice part of town. It was like in between Monterey and like Santiago. So it was like a mall, kind of like an outside mall, and super like upscale.
I feel like I was in California, like in Thousand Oaks or something like that.
Yeah, that's how it was, definitely on par like that. And yeah, there was like a little like venue that they do like little shows inside that mall. So yeah, it was in there, and the venue was super nice. They had good food, they had drinks, all that. So
it was like it looked like a nightclub kind of setup, right?
Yeah, I think it was a nightclub.
Yeah, had like a mezzanine. It had like the ring in the middle and all the cameras and stuff like that. It was pretty badass setup for like your first pro fight.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
And like the one side was lifted, so my corner was at the same level as me,
which was nice because I could like yell straight at you.
Yeah, you don't have to yell up.
Yeah,
up
exactly.
And stuff. So yeah.
So your opponent, Bunyaski, we'll just call him that. Not to be confused with Remy Bunyaski. He's actually named after him. That's his nickname. So we later found out, like, this guy had over 100 fights, right?
That's what his Facebook said.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe not. But yeah, I mean, that's what it said. So I know he's been doing it probably as longer than I have. And yeah, he's been a pro for forever.
Yeah,
so,
easily over a decade.
Yeah, and I mean, the way he threw his elbows, you could tell he had some experience.
Yeah, the first elbow he threw, he cut you, right?
Yeah, we both went in and tried to throw an elbow. We threw the same elbow at the same time, but he was a little quicker to the punch than me.
Yeah. I just remember going like, hey, up elbow. You stepped in and you hesitated, and he's like, I saw his eyes light up and like, oh, and threw that up elbow, and you threw it. So you just got there like a split second earlier.
Yeah, I didn't have my all the way up.
So someone says here, 100 fights for his pro debut. Talk about being forged in fire. Yeah, man, Eric's the real deal, brother. So that's why he's in this tournament. Make sure to go check him out, Pad Wizard on Instagram. I'll tag him in this too in our Instagram story today after.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. It's a 5-round fight, professional Muay Thai rules under WBC Muay Thai Mexico. What was your kind of game plan? It's your first 5-round fight. In first fight with 3-minute rounds, correct?
Yeah. So before that, all I fought was 3 2-minute rounds. So that's a huge jump up from 3 2s to 5 3s. That's more than double the fight time that I've fought in the past.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the one thing I was a little like concerned about was like I didn't want to gas. I didn't really picture myself in like a 4th and a 5th round. Like being honestly, like I didn't know I had the cardio to do it. But I think like once you put your mind to like knowing, hey, I'm doing 5 3-minute rounds. Once you tell yourself that, all of a sudden you have more cardio.
Yeah.
Because after a 2-minute 3-round fight, I'd be dead. And I'm like, how would I possibly fight longer than that?
Yeah.
So then when you go pro, everyone's a little more controlled. They don't just go balls to the wall right out the gate. Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just knowing that in your head that you're going longer instantly like doesn't it actually felt good. I actually enjoyed the longer rounds and the more rounds. It let me let go of techniques, and I had time to set stuff up. And
yeah, it wasn't like a mad sprint the whole time, right?
Yeah, there was more of like a story to a fight. It wasn't like just go in there and just go crazy for 6 minutes and that's it.
Try to smash the guy in the first like 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, from the outside perspective, looking in, you didn't look tired to me. Whether it be, I know you train your freaking ass off over there at Pound for Pound with Justin and stuff like that too, and the other guys over there. So, and that's at elevation too.
Yeah, we're at about 5,300 feet, so about a mile.
Yeah, So elevation training, I think, paid off, doing all that in your prep. So, and you ended up getting, so you got the decision win. It was a split decision, I believe. So now you get to move on to the next round of the tournament, right?
Yeah. So next round of the tournament, I believe, is March 31st. Are about then. So, yeah, I'm on that, and now there's 8 left, and so 3 more fights.
Sweet, man. So March 31st is the next date for the MT 800 tournament. That's the 8-man tournament for the grand prize to win the car, very similar to the Zuzu style tournament you see in Thailand. So it's very, very exciting. He said favorite kids that he'd love to watch live. Yeah, absolutely. They streamed it last time on WBC Muay Thai Facebook page. You can actually see the video on demand from when Eric fought on that too. It's still up there. WBC Muay Thai Mexico. You'll see the MT 800 tournament is still on there. And I'm assuming they're going to stream on that again, if not on TV. So now they have sponsors for the car and stuff like that. It's a little bit more money now that casting is over with. Great opportunity. You guys definitely support. I know, Eric, you're looking for sponsors and stuff too, correct?
Yeah, I'm definitely open. I have a few spaces to fill. So, yeah, I'm definitely open for that.
Sweet.
If it works out, yeah.
I think it would be it'd be very smart for somebody to get behind you now while they can before you win that car, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, you're gonna be charging the big bucks.
Yeah, no discounts after that.
Super cool. Thanks for the info. Definitely be keeping an eye on this guy. Please do, favorite kid. He's awesome. So now, between now and March 31st, actually, let's rewind a little bit. After your fight, you got cut up. You had to get stitches. How was that?
Yeah, I still got a little mark there.
It's not bad.
And there. So,
you still
and I keep getting freaking hit in the same spot, so it keeps you're
getting agitated, huh?
Yeah, so I'm not sparring for 2 weeks. I gotta let it heal.
Yeah, keep putting Vaseline on it and stuff too.
Yeah, no, I have been. So
good.
Yeah,
good. How's the one on the back of your head? Do you have your bald spot still?
No, grow back. I don't even know.
You're not showing that one. You got a bald spot, don't you? It's still uneven.
Really? Nah,
just a little bit. You can see it's where the cut is. You can just see the cut.
Yeah.
That's fine, man.
It'll come back.
You're still handsome. You good.
Yeah.
So you had a cut on the back of the head, back of the crown. You had one above your eyeball, right below the eyebrow, almost like on your eyelid, right?
Yeah, that was a weird one because his elbow, it didn't even hit my actual bone. It just sliced. It just went up and I thought he missed, but it just grabbed the skin. You had sharp elbows.
Pitched it, right?
Yeah, it must have, because I didn't even notice that one. I felt this one on my cheek right here, and that did not feel good. But that, when that happened, I didn't even feel that one. And then the back of the head, I didn't even realize until they were stitching me up.
Yeah.
That I had the cut in the back of my head.
Yeah, just a frame of reference for anybody. We didn't even know he got cut. The doctor was like, hey, trying to give me gauze. I'm like, no, I have it. He's like, no, the back of the head. I'm like, oh shit, he is cut there. We rewound later and we saw he threw an elbow and he ducked down, nicked the back of your head.
Yeah, it wasn't even bruised or anything, and didn't hurt. It's
just sharp elbows, man.
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't think I thought these people had weak skin or something when they got cut with elbows, but I guess anybody can be cut with an elbow.
Yeah, well, so you got stitched up. That was funny in itself. I mean, fucked up funny. You were in pain. Your foot,
that was worse than the whole fight. Yeah, the fight wasn't bad. Yeah, after a fight, your adrenaline starts to dump, and then you start all the leg kicks you threw and everything that got checked, and when you hit their knees, when your feet hit the elbow, all of a sudden, all that pain hits you about 10 minutes after your fight, and it's just excruciating. It all saves up until when you're done. It happens every time, but never gets better.
No, you were getting your face stitched up, and they couldn't, like, that cut right under your eye. They couldn't get the skin.
They kept slipping.
Needle. Yeah.
Yeah, they kept slipping, and then the guy he's like, "Fuck!" every time he messes up, and I'm stressing at that point. I'm like, you don't want to hear your person stitching you up saying "fuck" every time they mess up. You're like, oh god, does this guy know what he's doing? So,
but
he
did
a
pretty good job. Yeah, they did a decent job.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So, got you stitched up. We got back, went back over the border. I just remember you being covered in blood, and people were probably like, "What the fuck happened with this guy?"
Yeah.
I remember I think one of the border patrol people said, like, "Hey, did you win your fight?"
Yeah. Some people know. You know, others not so much.
They just look at you like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah.
Well, it's good, man.
That was interesting.
So when are you gonna start ramping up your training again?
Probably about a month.
Yeah, like mid-February or like beginning of February?
Probably beginning of February. So yeah, I guess a few weeks, about 3 weeks or so. I'm just staying active. I'm still training every day. So I'll take a day off here and there because I'm not in camp. But when I'm about 6 weeks out, I'll start really ramping it up.
Good, man.
Just keeping the weight under 170 right now. Just getting ready to go. So
sweet, man. Well, keep that weight nice and low. Keep the training up, and I know, like, making a pro debut is like that added nerves. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you perform on this next one too.
Oh yeah, no, me too. I think I'll let go of a little bit more and let my techniques fly a little more. I won't be as conservative.
Yeah.
So that was really the only thing I wanted to do different from the time before. You know, just let loose, let my hands go, and I think that I could have gotten the finish if I would have done that. But hey, it was good learning. Good to go to 5 rounds.
Yeah, man.
So really I don't regret it.
For sure. Well, as we wrap up things here, we'll probably have you on again before we lead up to the fight. But you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Pu'u Muay Thai, you guys, and Pound for Pound. Yeah.
How can people find you?
Justin, you, yeah, and all my training partners.
Sweet, man. How can people find you?
Instagram, Pat Wizard, PAD Wizard.
Pat Wizard. All right, I'll make sure to include that in the show notes. Well, all right, Eric, you have a great rest of your day, man. Thanks for tuning in and sharing your story with us.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, that's it today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys are listening on iTunes, please go leave a review. It means the world to me if you enjoy the content, if you like hearing about all stuff that has to do with Muay Thai and what we're doing. Also, there's another way to support us. If you guys visit our Patreon link, it's in the show notes. Also on our YouTube, if you go to pmtlifestyle.com, there's a Patreon link up at the top. You can support us for as little as $5 a month to get some behind-the-scenes footage, things of that nature, to see what we're doing behind the scenes for Pu'u Muay Thai, what we're trying to get going. Also, you can get some early access clips. You can also get t-shirts, merchandise, and a few other things as perks of being a patron. Again, go check that out. It's at pmtlifestyle.com.